Now let's talk about a game changer, Excel Copilot. This isn't just a helper. It's an AI powered assistant that works inside Excel to understand your data, answer questions, and even build complex formulas or visuals just by typing what you need in plain English. Need a summary, a trend, a pivot table? Just ask. Let's just see how it works in real time. So this is my sample data that I'm going to be using in order to see what Copilot has to offer, and this has certain employee related information. However, before we get started, let me tell you three important prerequisites of working with Copilot in Excel. The very first one is that you need to save your spreadsheet on OneDrive. The second one is that autosave should be on, otherwise it might prompt you to put your spreadsheet on autosave mode. The third one is that your data should be in a table. So I have already made sure that all of these three prerequisites are already met for me. So let's just get started with Copilot. So as soon as you get started with Copilot, it is going to throw some auto suggestions as well. However, I will first get started with my own customized questions or prompts. So here the data for names is divided into two columns. Let's see if Copilot can help us in getting the names added to a single column. Okay, so one of the features of Copilot is whenever it would give you a result for any question that you've asked it, it would give that insert column button over here, and as soon as you hover over this column, it would give you a glimpse of how your results gonna look like when they are added back in the table, which is a really cool feature. So let's go for it. And just doing some sanity checks, looks like the data that it has added for the full name is correct. So now let's ask Copilot to calculate gross margin percentage. So gross margin is not really an Excel term, so I'm not sure whether it will be first able to understand the concept of gross margin or not. So let's just try it. Okay, so great. Looks like it has understood what gross margin is. Moreover, it has gone a step further by formatting it as a percentage. Let's just do a sanity check whether or not this calculation is correct. Okay, so great. This works. So let's just ask Copilot now if it can highlight top 10 sales amount. Okay, so it is correctly suggesting a conditional formatting rule in order to highlight. Let's just apply it. Okay, So looking at these numbers here that have been highlighted, apparently they looks slightly on a higher side. Okay, so it has done the job correctly by drawing our attention to the highest performers without us lifting our little finger. So let's see if it can do some cleanup job for us. So I have kept a row purposefully here where I have kept the employee ID as blank. Let's see if Copilot can help us in removing this row. Let's apply it and let's see if it is able to remove this row. Okay, so it has removed this row. Great. So let's see now how good it is with any qualitative insights. So here in column E, we have customer feedback for each of the employees. Let's see whether Copilot is able to give us any interesting summary of all of this text information. Okay, so here it has given some summary. Let's go through it. For exceptional support, feedback frequently highlights exceptional support, emphasizing the quality and helpfulness of the systems provided. And in the negative comments, it says some feedback describes the experience as average, suggesting room for improvements. So this is good in terms of it highlighting some of more dominant comments, but still I think the analysis that it has come up with is only decent. Okay, so let's see if it is able to add something over and above this. Okay, so here I think it has really added to the earlier reply that it has given on the customer feedback, where it is now providing certain numbers as well, which is I think a great addition. We can also add this to a new sheet if required. Great.